For UFC fans, the letters GSP always ring a bell.
Undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world.
Now, George, Rush St-Pierre is regarded as one of the best MMA fighters in the world. He's a UFC champion in middleweight and welterweight class, UFC Hall of Famer. He's in the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame, and most recently, a recipient of the Order of Canada. He is with us in studio this morning as he looks back at his career. Good morning, and welcome to your morning.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. Listen, you officially stopped fighting back in 2019, but you haven't stopped training. I've been creeping your Instagram. You're working out hard. You're 44 now, and your fans have seen you maintain fitness over the years. What does staying fit mentally and physically look like for you right now?
Well, I don't train anymore trying to be the strongest man in the world. I train because it helps me be a better person. So it's for therapeutic use.
Yeah, but are the splits part of that therapeutic use, George? I've seen some of these pictures. This is pretty incredible.
Well, over time, I lose a little bit of my flexibility.
George,
it's normal.
What is this at 44?
Well, it doesn't get better. It's not like wine. It doesn't get better over time. You know, when you pass 40, I'm 44, in order to maintain it, you have to stay active.
This is just incredible. Listen, people are often curious about how you became a world-class fighter. And you've spoken before about your dad, about his struggles with alcohol in the past. But once he stopped drinking, you said he became your greatest role model. What made that switch for you?
Well, because he decided to stop, and not only that he decided to stop at the time, so it re-solidified my family, and he also started mentoring young people that tried to stop themselves drinking. So I was very fortunate to have a great role model as my dad was.
It was his mental strength that you...
I think my resilience, my hard work mentality, I got it from my dad. I never liked to fight. I've done this to propel me where I wanted to be in life, you know? So I have an event coming up in 2 weeks at the Meridian Hall, and I'm gonna teach how you can hypnotize yourself to have the mindset to be able to do things that sometimes that forces you to do things that you don't want to do, but to have keep your goal in mind and to be able to succeed.
Speaking of succeeding, you hold a record of 26 wins and just 2 losses. Thinking back, as you're looking back in your career, is there a fight that defines your time as a fighter or that defines your career, do you think?
I think every fight is different. And, you know, I think there's not one fight particularly. I think it's all the fight together that defines it. You know, I see my career not as a sprint, but more as a marathon, you know, and I think that's how people should see their... It's not how you start, or sometimes you fail, you know, it's at the end, you know, when you look back at things, you have a better picture of what really it is.
I think I know the answer to this, but would it be your biggest wins or your biggest losses?
I think it's how you come back from a failure, really what defines you. Because when you fail, there's 2 things that can happen. You can lose all your confidence and crumble and never get back up. But if you're able to learn from your mistake, that doesn't mean you'll never lose again, but that means you'll never lose for the same mistake. So therefore, you improve and get better.
Oh, that's really good. Listen, aside from fighting, can you answer me this? One of the interests that you've pursued in retirement is collecting dinosaur fossils?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I've always been a fan of paleontology. Paleontology is the study of the extinct organism.
Yeah.
I'm very interested about the Mesozoic era, which is the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous. That ends 65 million years ago. So because I was always interested about it, I took time during my life to get on site, and I had a special access, you know, it was very interesting.
But George, this isn't a museum. This is your home, right?
Yeah,
this is your collection.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where do you get these things from?
Well, some I bought it online, some I got it from a gift that I received when I went on certain sites. So, yeah.
You're like George is coming. Let's get the dinosaur tooth?
Yeah, but you know what I like about paleontology is the study of the past, extinct organism, and life is a cycle. So if you learn about the past, it makes you understand the present, and sometimes you can predict the future, because everything is a cycle.
You like to study.
Yeah, I mean, life is a constant learning experience.
And you're still learning. Listen, in June, you became a member of the Order of Canada. This is for your work in supporting youth and student athletes. And of all of your accolades, some of which we've highlighted today, you said this was your greatest honor. Why?
Well, because as a retired athlete is the biggest honor you can have. I'm very happy and I feel I'm very fortunate to have had that honor.
When we talked about you liking to study, so when you study your own life, your wins, your losses, your family, your interest in paleontology, when you're studying yourself, what do you think you still have left to learn?
I have a lot left to learn. I mean, the more you learn, the more you realize how ignorant you are. And, you know, that's what it is. Life is a constant learning, you know, and the more you learn, the more you realize, like, oh my God, I have so much more to learn.
Yeah. George, can I just ask you about the fossils one more time?
Of course.
Because I am fascinated by it. How much do they cost? We do news stories on this show about people who bid on dinosaur bones, and we always think, where would you put that?
Well, it depends. I mean, you could have some that are $500, some that are thousands of dollars, you know, it depends, you know. And in Canada, we're very fortunate to have great remains of dinosaurs. If you go to Alberta, that is home of the most iconic animal of all time, the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's
used to live here in Alberta 66 million years ago.
Oh, that would be the ultimate, wouldn't it? Get something from a T-Rex.
Absolutely. I already have. So
what do you have?
I have a teeth. I have a, you know, a claw. So yeah. Already got that.
George St-Pierre, it has been an absolute pleasure and honor to have you here with us today. A reminder for everybody, you mentioned it already, you're going to be back in Toronto for a one-night-only question and answer event that happens September 29th. If you like that video, make sure to subscribe to the Your Morning YouTube feed, where you can find all kinds of new content posted every weekday morning.